I'm a plaintiff personal injury lawyer, and I've been a student at Lerners, an associate at Lerners, and now I'm a partner at Lerners. So throughout all of my time in being groomed through the Lerners system, I ultimately knew from the very get-go that personal injury was something that I had a great interest in, and I've been doing it all that time and expect to be doing it going forward into the future. Well, I think one of my strongest qualities is that I value myself or view myself as a very approachable person. Whenever I meet with clients, I try to speak to them in plain English. I don't portray myself as a lawyer who would be high and mighty or above any of my clients. I try not to typically dress in suits or wear ties, although here I am wearing a little bit more formal outfits. But my goal is to connect with the clients on a very personal level, speak to them comfortably as though they're a friend or a family member, get to know what's important to them and what is important in their life and with their case, and really do all the best I can to enter into a friendship with that person. Well, I think like many other areas of law, we are seeing the influence of technology and what technology might do in altering the course of our legal practice. Particularly what I think of is in the future there's the prospect of self-driving vehicles. And so as an injury lawyer, one of the things that we are monitoring very carefully is the influence of self-driving vehicles and what that'll mean for the citizens of this province, as well as how that'll influence the law and insurance and all of the various sectors who will no doubt need to accommodate any future technological changes in that regard. I think it's important when you communicate with clients that you just be yourself and you also know who your audience is. So specifically when you're dealing with a client, it'll be important to know who you're talking to and to try and have an appreciation for the information that that client wants to hear from you. So the method in which you communicate, the language that you use, and how you go about communicating, whether that's through email, telephone, or in-person meeting, all is very important to your client on the basis of what is most convenient and comfortable for him or her. I've always felt that giving back to your community is very important to do. So from a very early start in my career, I have been involved in a number of charitable and community endeavors. So the first thing that stands out prominently to me is my involvement in a Christmas hockey charity fundraiser that I began for the local children's hospital. What was originally a small group of guys who would just play hockey for the benefit of the children's hospital every year around Christmas time has now grown to a larger tournament where we get together in and around that Christmas break. We play a number of games and do a lot of fundraising for the local children's hospital and any needs that they might have. In addition to that, I've been involved in Spinal Cord Injury Ontario, having firsthand experience with clients who have suffered devastating injuries. I see the advantages and benefits that organizations like Spinal Cord Injury provide to those injured persons and their families. And in addition to that, I've been part of the Ontario Trial Lawyers for Veterans Association, where we've done a lot of pro bono work for veterans who have outstanding legal matters that they need to take up with Veterans Affairs and require some lawyers to assist them in that regard.